Hey everybody, Rob here. So I've been getting a lot of messages from the community. I'd have to say more probably from the consciousness than the community, but my name's Robert John Richard II. I was born February 3rd, 1966 in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania in a hospital called Bellevue Suburban. My mother told me that she specifically waited until midnight on the 2nd to have me because she didn't want to have a groundhog baby. So she waited till midnight, until the clocks changed, and then she had me. She goes, once you decided I was going to have you, you came with a quickness. So you were born, I was born right after midnight on February 3rd, 1966. My childhood was a mix of cross-contamination from alcoholics, drug addicts, narcissistic evil. Some of the stuff that I've experienced was just disgusting. When I was about, I'm going to probably say I was around 7 or 8 years old. A family member of mine supposedly got into an accident and had some kind of spinal meningitis or some bullshit. Well, apparently they said I was in contact with this individual and that I needed to be checked for spinal meningitis. As I laid there on that table and that doctor stuck that needle was probably 6-8 inches long, and he stuck that in my spine. You couldn't imagine the pain that was running through that little boy's mind and what I was experiencing. Now they tell me that it was a spinal meningitis test, that they had to take my spinal fluid to test to see if I had spinal meningitis. And I believed that for years. Until some recent events have just taken place in my life where I've come to the conclusion, and as well as the Creator, when they did that spinal tap on me, they injected somebody else's DNA into me to create a, I don't know how you would, what word I'm looking for, but they created a connection between us. And this thing was able to, through all the chaos and everything that I was going through, it was able to manipulate me into thinking that it was me. And this thing, this entity, was in me since that time, since I was 7 years old, 7 or 8, I believe I was. What they did at that time was they connected me to a family member to spy on me and to manipulate me. The thoughts I was hearing in my head that I thought was mine was coming from this psycho narcissist. So the evil, the most evil. And one more thing, while we're thinking at it, I am convinced, 100% convinced, that my father in this life, Robert John Richard Sr., is Baal. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. He was an evil fucking piece of shit. The shit he did to me and the shit I seen him do with his brothers and sisters around other people and my family, I am convinced my father is a part of the Moloch and Baal and Luciferian fucking regime. Not to mention, also, I think my father was a Freemason. And everybody knows anything about Freemasons. You have to dedicate something to Lucifer to get that knowledge that they're going to teach you. So I believe my father gave my soul to Lucifer to gain the knowledge that he had. My father, when it came to mathematics and sheet metal work and trigonometry, he was a fucking genius. There's pictures of him in Washington, D.C., in the Smithsonian Institute. He made a time capsule for the Sheet Metals Worker Union here in Pittsburgh. He was a genius, but he was a drunk. He was an alcoholic. He was a massive fucking pervert. And I grew up with this. I grew up in a family that pretended to care. Nobody ever. It was all fucking show. I don't even think my family from that side is even my real family, ever was. I don't know how they did it, but to this day I can't stand none of them. They've molested me. They put pornography into my life at a very young age. They manipulated me to have the smallest self-worth. I was constantly getting yelled at, beat. I can't even begin to tell you how much torture and pain and misery that was inflicted on me my whole life. And I just wrote it off as bad luck. You know, every time the fucking cops got called, I went to jail. Even I didn't do shit, but I went to jail. Now, I'm going to tell you that we are digital entities in a meat suit, in a computer simulation, in a flat plane. I don't care if you believe it or not. It's the fucking truth. And they'll do anything to prevent you from knowing the truth. So if you even get to see this video, it'll be mind-boggling to me. But I'm going to do it anyways because I'm tired of keeping my mouth shut. And I'm tired of sitting around here. I'm like a peon. Like the whole city of Pittsburgh has... It's disgusting. It's a Luciferian, Freemasonic fucking shithole. Do your research, folks. Look around Pittsburgh, PA, and look at all the fucking Masonic symbolism. The judges, the politicians, they're all part of it. And I don't give a fuck what anybody says. If you don't like my words, then fuck off. Because I'm telling the fucking truth. Shapiro, Governor Shapiro, you're an asshole. And if you're a state policeman, you're a fucking bigger asshole for fucking protecting that fucking piece of shit. This Casey, this Fetterman, the whole goddamn fucking Congress and Senate here in Pennsylvania is the most corrupt, evil... So, I'm just trying to let you all know a little bit about me because from what I'm getting, that people know of me, but they don't really know anything about me. I said I had a really foobar childhood, man. I was in three different schools in the 9th grade. Started out at Knock, went to North Hills, and by the end of the semester, I was in Texas, a place called Jersey Village, in my 9th grade freshman year. And before that year was over, my father signed me out of school. I was 16 or 17 or something. I don't know. I was on the farm, so back then it was, It was nothing for them to sign you over, get rid of you. And that's what he did when I turned 16, I believe it was, down in Texas. But the things I've seen and experienced in this lifetime can't be explained any other way but than extraterrestrial technology. There's no other way to explain it. What I've seen and experienced here is absolutely freaking mind-boggling. Now, I never really had a clue. I knew I was different. I knew I didn't see things the way they did. I kept to myself pretty much. And at a very young age, this person that I know was in me taught me how to get high. Led me right into that 60s hippie lifestyle. Took me right into there. And corrupted me and sent me on my way. Me not knowing that this entity was in me. I thought it was me talking to me in there. It wasn't me. It was him. All them bad decisions I made, if they were me, I'd take fucking responsibility. I wouldn't have a problem taking responsibility for them. But it wasn't me who making them decisions. I was being influenced by an outside entity. Take it for what you feel. I don't give a fuck at this point. But you better fucking believe it, that they are capable of switching your essence out of that meat suit and putting you in somebody else. The technology that they have, that what I've seen and what I've experienced coming out of my body multiple times, they can transfer your consciousness into whatever the fuck they want. And I think that's half of Lucifer's problem or plan, is he wants us all in his robots. You know, like these government personnel, these Hollywood actors that have pictures from Civil War era floating around, 150 years old or so, more. They're robots. They're not human. I don't care if you believe it or not. I'm telling you. The attacks I've been experiencing here lately are absolutely mind-boggling. My hot water tank blew up, flooded my whole floor in my bedroom. Sawdust, it's... My truck frame cracked directly in half. Thank God I didn't hurt nobody or create. But then I thought I recovered from that and had... Let's just say that I'm not going to give up. I know what you're doing. I know what happened, and I know what's coming. I'm making music. I'm not doing carpentry no more. I'm going to do what I want. And I know he's just about out of me because I can feel him pulling out of my... He's just about gone completely. Whether you want to believe it or not, he was in me. And this last episode that I had, he staged the whole fucking thing to get me killed. He wanted that neighbor to shoot me, or he wanted that cop to shoot me. And that cop only tased me. Now, all these politicians and these judges and these cops, they all know that I survived. And I wasn't supposed to. I hold the key to bringing that whole fucking establishment down. I have a fucking lawsuit against this. Ladies and gentlemen, what these people have done to this country and our Constitution is beyond contempt. Trump, Biden, Clinton, they're all the same thing. They all represent the same thing. It don't matter which one of them you vote for. All they're doing is stealing your energy. Voting never mattered, and if it did, you wouldn't let you fucking do it. We're on a prison planet. We're being held captive. You better fucking believe it. Now, the only thing that's stopping them from making their move completely is we, the people. Those FEMA camps, these federal penitentiaries, sure, there's some guys in there that deserve to be in there, but most of them are selling weed or whatever. This club was created by Lucifer and slowly, surely implemented into our consciousness. Didn't happen overnight. They've been doing this for a long, long time. Now, what you can believe what you want about me. I really don't give a fuck. I got nothing to hide from nobody. You're gonna judge me, then you're gonna be falling on your knees here real soon, because every knee's gonna bow. I promise you that. And Lucifer, Baal, Moloch, you evil fucktards are gonna pay. Google, YouTube, get ready, motherfuckers. It's coming down. Anyways, folks, I wanted to give you more of a background on me, but I kind of rambled into that. You better believe that evil is real, and this thing that's getting ready to happen, it's gonna happen whether you like it or not. I just hope you're on the right side of it. When I got my first download, it hit me so hard that it knocked me back in my chair. And when I say download, I'm gonna give you a visual that of what I saw when it hit me. You take a Teledex of movie pictures spinning. I couldn't even tell you how fast it was spinning, but it looked like a I don't know, a roll of film spinning, and when it hit me, it knocked me back into my chair. And the first words that I heard, telepathy, was, "You are their God." Believe it or not, that's exactly what happened to me. And after I heard that, I stood up and I looked out the window. And when I looked out the window, everything I saw was energy. There was no matter. The trees were light poles with sparkles of light flying around them. The ground was like a, I can't even, it looked like a big, I want to say like a microchip. Everything's energy in one form or another here. I believe we created this place because we are energy entities on the other side. And I believe that this place was made so we could come here and have some kind of a different experience. Well, these evil entities have taken control of it. This was our place. And I love Jonathan Kleck, but he's right about everything except one thing. We were here first. This was our place. They came and took it from us. We didn't give up our shit to come into this system. We were the system and they took it over. Period. Other than that, Jonathan, I love you. You're doing a great job. God bless you. Peace be with you, my friend. But we're coming up on 20 minutes. This is just going to be the first one of a few more that I'm going to try to take you through my life a little bit. Some of my experiences and what I've saw and experienced throughout my life. Extraterrestrials, spaceships, portals, wormholes. Me me coming out of my body. I actually shot out of my dick once. Fact. Just say no. I'm not here to hurt you. I'm here to warn you. And I'm not your enemy. And if anybody tries to make me out to be your enemy, you better be cautious. Much love. Peace.